Hello and welcome to a prospecting video. In today's video, I am going to be showcasing and explaining the best build in the game currently. Now, I have put together the best build possible, and I'm going to shout out the people that created this build because I didn't personally create this build. I've just made it to the T. Like, there is a few items I'm missing in the museum because one of the tips you need for this museum is treasured items, so it is very hard to get. And now you might be wondering, what build is that? And this is this one right here. Now, this was created by Bosnia and Yuxi. I think that's how you say the name. And this is the current best museum equipment build in the game. This tells you what to put in your museum, what modifier you want to have on the items you put in the museum, the kgs you need, the charm, the neck, the rings, the runes, the pan, the shovel. This is a full guide on the best build in the game in this picture right here. Now, I'll leave this picture in the description down below so you can use it, download it, share it with your friends, whatever you want to do. But that is the current best build. Now, you might see items such as the Ring of Champions, the Ring of the Stars, and they are ascended equipment. Now, not everyone can get ascended equipment, and that's why there is two versions to this build. Because ascended equipment is very hard to get. So if you're unfortunate enough to not get any ascended equipment, you want to follow this build right here. Now, this is the same build, but this is without ascended equipment. So it's the same museum, just about. I think there's a few items different to the one I just shown you, but the equipment is very different. And this version of the build was created by Autumn and Bosnia. So Bosnia actually created both of these builds, which is absolutely amazing, so shout out to them. But today, I am going to be showcasing the Ascended Equipment version of this build. Now let's take a look at my equipment. I have a Prismatic Venom Shank, Prismatic Starlight Wings, Prismatic Ring of Champions, Diamond Ring of the Stars. They're both the Ascended piece of equipment right there. Diamond Accretion Disc? Accretion Disc? I don't actually know how to say that, but you see it right there. And then we have Prismatic Umbrite Ring, Prismatic Umbrite Ring, Diamond Umbrite Ring, Diamond Umbrite Ring, and Prismatic Vortex Ring. So I have put together all of the equipment you need for the best build in the game. Now, you might be wondering why some of these Umbrite Rings are 106% instead of just a clean 100. I don't get any extra stats. I made these Umbrite Rings before it had its buff or nerf. I don't know which one it had, but this is what made it 106% because of that nerf slash buff. I think it was a buff though. I think they made the Umbrite Rings better. So that is the current best equipment build in the game. And the runes you want to use is quite simple. You want to use Summit Seeker, Mountain Climber, Speed 1, Solitude, and Purity. And let's go and take a look at the museum. Because I have put together every single KG item you need for this build, with like 97% being treasured. So I have a treasured pearl, a treasured silver, a iridescent platinum. Now, what's quite important with this build is when you can't get a treasured item, you should get it in iridescent. Because if we take a look at the build again, it does say, right at the top, it says modifier, treasured, fallback, iridescent. So you want to make sure if you can't get the treasured items, get iridescent. So you could technically make this whole museum with being iridescent. It won't be as powerful, but it will still work. And then we have treasured coral, topaz, neodymium, and then we go over to the rares and epics. We have a peridot, ruby, iridescent, meteoric iron, iridescent. These are the ones that I couldn't get treasured for now, but I will be getting them treasured as well. Iridescent emerald, iridescent mercury, treasured moonstone, and then legendaries. Look at this diamond right here. This is beautiful. 87 kg treasured diamond. We've got a 19 kg specterite, 177 kg luminum, and then over we have a prismara mutated. You actually do want to get the prismara mutated as well. It does actually tell you on that build page that I just shown you that you should actually get mutated on the prismara, so I've done that. And then mutated on the vine heart as well. Look at this vine heart, by the way. 139 kg. Wow. And then we have a flare bloom iridescent at 84 kg. Now you do want to try and get this treasured, but it's very hard to get. Like, I have been spamming these treasure chests with no luck. And if you're wondering what the stats of that museum is giving me, I can show you that now. We are getting 3.96 times luck, 1.38 times dig amount, 1.7 capacity, 1.05 dig speed, 1.77 shake amount, 1.6 shake speed, and 1.13 mod boost. Now, with maxed treasured, you could probably get the luck to like 411 maybe? That's me guessing. I have actually no idea. So the max amount of luck you could probably get out of this is about 4 something on the low end of 4. So with the new enchants coming into the game as well, when you get the Nebula Pan, you want to use the enchant Devouring. And then with your shovel, you want to use Mythical. Because Mythical will give you twice the amount at a 10% chance on exotics and mythics, and then mastered if auto panning. Now I have chose the mastered enchant for my shovel because I don't actually ever dig normally on this game now. I always just auto pan, and it seems to work pretty good. Now this build is a beast. This is a one tap machine speed build. Oh, that motorbike's pretty loud. But this build is something insane. This is definitely the best build I have ever had on this game. And let me show you why it's the best build. Now, we do have some totems here and people digging. We don't have a luminant totem, so I am going to put one of them down for them. If I can find my luminant totems. There we go. So now we have a capacity of... Oh, I've got a luck cap on. That shouldn't be on. Let me just quickly turn that off. I was doing Dredge Master Quests. So we have a luck of 67,131 without a meteor shower. And with a capacity of 8,445. Now watch this. It's going to one tap the 8,445. Look at that. How good is this? This is honestly the best hyper speed build I have ever seen in my life on this game. I hit my pan once for 8,500 capacity, and then I shake in literally a quarter of a second. This build is truly magical. If you're looking for a build to work towards, this is it. Now you can get away with the non-ascended version of this build as well. It will be quite similar. It will be a tiny bit slower, but it will still work the same. And just look at this build go. This build is truly magical. Now, if you're standing around people, you don't want to use the Solitude rune, because the Solitude rune actually loses you luck. So, for stuff like this, you want to use Sunblessed or Abyssal. So I'm just going to put on Sunblessed because it's day. And our luck is now gone up to 71,165 with this build. Now, if you are stuck in mid-game and you're looking for a build that's not as good as this, then check out my Discord and look under the Prospecting Builds tab. You will find every single build you need for this game. It's very cool. A lot of the community members have put together this Google Doc, and it pretty much has all of these builds, including the ones I'm showcasing today. These are the best builds in the game. But they also have builds for like mid-game players, people that are just starting out. Like, there's builds for everyone pretty much. So make sure to check that out. But just look at this build. Look at this build. I just got an Ethereum. Lovely. Because if you didn't know, you do actually need Ethereum to enchant your pan now if you want one of the really good enchants. So stocking up on Ethereum is actually quite useful. But just look at this build go. This is truly magical. Like, this build is something else. Like, what happens when we use a cookie? Should we test it? I actually might test it. Let's test it. I want to see what this build turns to when we pop a cookie. So what's our stats at? Let's have a look. So we've got 81,000 luck, 8,400 dig strength, 12,000 capacity nearly, dig speed 1,200, toughness 10, shake strength 2,700, inventory size of 600. The inventory size is awful, so you do kind of need auto sell with this build, not going to lie. Shake speed 1,630, efficiency 1.2, treasure map chance 20% because I'm not hunting treasure maps, sell boost 830, size boost 940. That is actually very good for a luck and speed build. A size boost of 940 is actually very good. Status timer speed 100%. Modify boost 1001. That's a very unique number. Walk speed 27 because they pair with the walk speed runes. And jump power 7.4. Now let's see what this build looks like with a cookie. Oh yes. I am one tapping 12,000 capacity with this build. That is magical. Holy. This build is so good. If you guys are looking for a new end game build, this is it. Because this is truly incredible. It really is. I'm actually so happy with this build. And it's not even fully built. Like, imagine I actually got all of the rest of those iridescents to treasured. That would be the max build you can have in this game. It really will. This is very close. This is very close. Especially since I've got, like, most of my equipment prismatic and diamond. Like, they're like two of the best mutations in the game. Realistically, you do want to have everything prismatic. Just doing that would be very, very hard. Especially with the Umbrite rings, because you need a lot of Umbrite. And then with the Ring of the Stars, I think you need Eternium or something like that. And then, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But it's definitely worth it. And you also want to try and make your equipment all 6-star as well. But that is the showcase of the best build in the game. So let's just take a quick look at the pictures again. So this is the Ascended version of the build. So Ascended equipment will be needed for this version of the build. But I'll leave a link to this picture in the description for you to download, share around, whatever you want to do with it. You will be able to. And then this one is the non-ascended version of the build. The non-ascended equipment. The museum is a tiny bit different. But you just want to copy the build pretty much. You just want to copy the build. Because what's good about these builds as well, it also tells you what to do if you've only got 6 ring slots as well. So if you do only have 6 ring slots, you should use the second number next to the Umbrite Vortex rings. So you should be using 222 instead of 332. But I think that pretty much wraps it up. Like, I have shown you the best build in the game. I have shown you the best museum in the game. I have given you everything you need to complete these builds. Now, some of the quests to get the Ascended equipment is very hard. I think one of them, you had to open this crate over here. And that was get like 3,000 mythicals and like 30 exotics from this area. So that one is very hard to get. Now, I don't know where the other Ascended ring came from exactly. The Ring of Champions. Ooh, which one was that? I remember that being it was like called the Grand Challenge quest. I remember that being very hard. So to get these Ascended equipment pieces, you will be playing the game a lot. And I mean, it could take someone weeks or even months. But it's definitely worth it if you love this game like I do. But I think that is it. So if you did enjoy this build video, it has been a very long time since I made a build video, then please leave a like. And if you really enjoyed, make sure to join my Discord and check out all the other builds. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.